welcome to PromoHomo.TV. I am your host, Nicholas Snow, and in this episode, we have a lot of headlines coming out of Greater Palm Springs Pride. It was publicized in advance that Palm Springs Pride President Ron deHarte, who is also the current mayor of Palm Springs, would be on the show, but we have a surprise. She's waiting in the green room as well. The new Palm Springs Pride Executive Director Jasmine Sullivan-Waits is in the green room, and I cannot wait to bring them on. I talked about the Trump effect. Hate is overflowing in the White House, and the LGBTQ community is being assaulted from all fronts. And Palm Springs Pride is about prevailing, and there's a funding shortfall this year that they need to overcome. There's a Flagpole project that is in process. The new inaugural Pride Equality Walk is happening. Lots of important headlines coming from Palm Springs Pride. But I first want to acknowledge my brand new media partner, the Palm Springs Post. So I've been collaborating with media partners, some of whom I've been working with for decades, including Pink Media, that helps amplify this program across the world, KGay 1065, that helps amplify this program across the world and locally. And I'm thrilled that as of today, the Palm Springs Post is helping to amplify my work, and I am helping to amplify their work. So in today's daily briefing that they sent out, which I'm adding to the stage right now, I was thrilled at the opening paragraph, which says, "Happy Monday, everyone. We've long been fans of the work that Nicholas Snow does at PromoHomo.TV, so much that we featured him in one of our profiles," and then there's a link. "That's where we're excited to tell you that we've now partnered with him to highlight his work and he ours." And then they invited you to tune in to the show today. So how cool is that? And with that, I would like to introduce a fabulous new commercial that I produced just for them. And this is the world premiere. PromoHomo.TV is proud to partner with the Palm Springs Post, offering locally owned neighborhood news. For a complete rundown of Palm Springs news and events delivered each day to your inbox, make sure to subscribe to the Palm Springs Post's daily briefing email at thepalmspringspost.com. And be sure to check out their sister publication, the Indio Post. You can subscribe at theindiopost.com. So what I have in common with all of my media partners is that we are not behind paywalls, and we are independently owned, we're non-corporate, and we're really about serving the community. Now, you might say, well, why is it a big deal to be cross-promoted by the Palm Springs Post? Well, their daily brief goes to over 18,000 people, and 4,300 of them are in Indio. And in Palm Springs, half the households and 93% of their audience live in the city 9 months or longer. So just very honored to welcome them, and I'm sure Mark and Kendall will be on the show multiple times coming up. I just want to briefly tell you, if you're tuning in for the first time, how you can support my show, because I'm also funding all of this mostly myself. So if you donate $3 a month or more, on the 4th month of your support, you get this wonderful bumper sticker. If you donate $10 a month or more between now and the end of 2025, your name will go in the closing credits and stay there as long as you're pledging. And if you give $25 or more, you're always in the closing credits. I do not want to wait until the end of the show to share those names with you, so I'm going to share them with you right now. I'll be your light. And a big thanks to all of those people that support the show. So I also want to give a tease to my regular programming. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to click on the notifications and also like and subscribe. And a big quick tease about tomorrow's show. So tomorrow I'm featuring an archival interview I did with Morris Kite in 1997. That is in tomorrow's show. You can find it on the homepage of PromoHomo.TV. So I'm removing a bunch of screens from my studio so I can bring in our special guest for today. Without further delay, I have Ron deHarte and Jasmine Sullivan-Waits. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Good morning.
So let me go straight to you. Well, no pun, no, not really straight to you, Jasmine, but let me go gaily to you. Congratulations on your new role here.
Thank you very much.
So the first question that comes to mind is, you've been working for the city, which is a very stable, cushy job, and you've done, you do important work there.
Oh my God, did you just say cushy job?
He did.
Well, okay, so all right, so I know it's hard work. You probably don't get paid as much as you deserve. But the flip side of it, my impression, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that it is a fairly stable job, that the funding is there, your job is essential, and you're stepping into the world of nonprofits, which is a bit more risky, but perhaps even closer to your passions.
And that's exactly it. I have done significant work with the city, and I'm very proud of the work that I've done with the city. I just felt that it was a time in my life where I had an opportunity to really contribute to a community that is close to my heart and my family. And this was an opportunity that I don't think would have come along again in the future. So to be able to still do community service work and service the city of Palm Springs and further down Valley while still driving my own passions, I felt like it was an opportunity that wasn't going to come along again. So I kind of had to jump on it.
Well, I'm so grateful that you did and so excited. And Ron, how many people were interested in this job?
Well, surprising to me was the number of really qualified candidates that expressed interest, and I appreciate the fact that we had such a large interest in coming on to Pride. It just showed me that there's true interest and compassion out there for what we do as an organization in the community.
Well, that's beautiful. So one of the things I talked about at the top of the show is the Trump effect, and the way that our communities across the country are under attack. The Rainbow Crosswalk was just painted over outside the Pulse Memorial in Orlando, Florida. It's really horrific. Ron, and then to Jasmine, what is your approach with Greater Palm Springs Pride to respond and get through the challenges that are created by all of this? Ron, you go first.
Well, I think that's one of the things that Pride organizers and organizations, they serve an important role in communities around the world. And first and foremost, it's to bring the community together and get through the challenging times that may exist in their particular neighborhood, which is different in every city in the United States, every country around the world. The challenges are all experienced at various levels. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to equal rights, solidarity with those in your community, bringing a safe environment to those in the LGBTQ community, and especially, and coming together to stand up against discrimination, hate, intolerance, and pride events allow that to happen. They create a platform in the community, and in like Palm Springs Pride, many other prides do much more than a pride festival or a parade, rallies, march, programs throughout the year, activities set up to organize and support, special dates in the community and other social service organizations. So when you talk about a pride organization and their ability, in the United States alone, members of the United States Association of Prides, they touch 28 million people a year through their pride festivals and parades. So we have a very, very powerful ability to get a message out and raise awareness in communities across the country. And that's our cry to pride organizations coming from the USA Prides organization, which I'm a co-president and one of the co-founding presidents. Is 26 is a year to activate the community and save democracy. And pride organizations have a very important role in that process.
Very, very well stated. And Jasmine, as a woman of color, you experience discrimination and oppression that Ron and I don't, as white gay men. And I just think it's thrilling that with your experience, you are now at the helm of Pride, bringing that rich history. What would you like to say about how your role, your unique perspective is going to inform the organization going forward, and once again, help us get through these tough times?
Well, I mean, it's unfortunate the state that we're in, and I think the work that pride organizations do across the country and honestly across the world is more important now than ever. That this is the moment where we have to rise up. It's obviously happened. It's part of our history, but it unfortunately will happen again. But right now, I think it's our job to continue to raise awareness of what is happening in our community. And that, again, as you mentioned previously, is not necessarily geared completely to the LGBTQIA community, but it is there. I am Mexican American, I'm African American, so I see it, a real attack on everything that makes me who I am. So again, one of the reasons that I took this position was this is the moment where people need to rise up. This is the moment where people need to come together. All segments of minority communities need to become one. And we are so incredibly powerful when we do, when we see ourselves as one group of people trying to make positive change for one another. So I think that I'm going to take my lead from Ron, and I'm going to take my lead from, the board, from Pride. But I do, very innately feel like our work is just starting, and that if we continue to come together as a community, all of our minority communities, if we come together, we are a force to be reckoned with. And I'm looking forward to being a part of that and being a leader in that community as well.
I say hallelujah to that. Ron, speak to the funding shortfall this year, why it's related to politics, and what the organization is doing about it.
Well, we're doing the same thing we've done for the last 20 years. Is we only produce to what we know we have funding for. So we will not overspend for one program and burden that program with a debt in coming years. So we've seen for a little bit of time that we were going to be running behind our goal in fundraising, and that just has directed us to produce the event at a level that would accommodate those fewer funds coming in. And the big hit to us, it isn't from our partners across the board. I mentioned when we made the announcement that it's truly economic times that have impacted most of our sponsors. And we have sponsors that have been with the Palm Springs Pride Organization 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. Just because they may have to cut back this year by $1,000 or $5,000 does not mean they're turning their back on our community. It says these are difficult economic times that we're planning on going forward. Now, we do have one significant sponsor that we know their withdrawal was directly related to a directive from DeSantis in Florida, and the administration's push to move away from DEI and LGBTQ. DeSantis gave a directive, you do not fund LGBTQ programming, or I will defund your department. So right in one morning's call, we lost a significant amount of funding, upwards to $200,000. And that is directly related to some of the media reports that your listeners and viewers have heard for the last 6 months across the country, where some corporate entities have been pulling away specifically because they've cut DEI funding. And where we've seen large pride organizations experience those hits across the country. Here in Palm Springs, we have one sponsor that was facing that DEI directive, but all of our other sponsors, and they're truly partners. They've been partners with Palm Springs Pride. They've stood by our side during COVID. They've stood by us in hard economic times for the Pride organization. And one or two may not be with us this year, but they'll be back next year. So, we are going to continue to maintain positive relationships with our partners that have helped us survive all these years.
Well, I'm just a grateful participant with Pride, and I'm going to take a break and thank my sponsors. But when we come back, we'll talk about the Flagpole project. We'll talk about the inaugural Pride Equality Walk, and I will share good news about the expansion of my official Pride Parade broadcast after this. I'm Nicholas Snow, and I'd like to thank Willie Ryan and John Pascal, owners of 849 Restaurant and Lounge, for their support of PromoHomo.TV from the beginning. I was honored to work at the restaurant the first 4 years they were open, during which time I was inspired to write this. At 849 Restaurant and Lounge, sitting in the lounge area at a high top with a view of the Grand Corridor, the main dining area, is truly like starring in one play while simultaneously watching another, both with fabulous scenery and lighting, a gorgeous cast, fascinating characters, and exciting plot twists, complete with movie stars and paparazzi, not to mention fabulous eats. I call it reality dinner theater. See and be seen while starring in your own scene. Perhaps we'll have a scene together. Make your reservations at 849.com.
Hi, it's Brad Furr, a proud media sponsor of PromoHomo.TV, and I'm the owner of K-Gay Palm Springs and Gay Desert Guide. We just wanted to say thank you and thanks to Nicholas Snow for what he does. K-Gay Radio is a worldwide streaming service of great dance hits that you can listen to anywhere, anytime. And when you're planning your visit to Greater Palm Springs, use gaydesertguide.lgbt.
Ask your smart speaker to play KGAY.
Hi, my name is Matt Scalarude, president of Pink Media, and a very proud and long-term supporter of PromoHomo.TV. And so at Pink Media, we've been working with companies large and small, including destinations such as this, to kind of help them target and reach the LGBT community online. And so we've been doing this for almost 30 years. And what's more important is that, it started out with banner ads and email campaigns, and now we've morphed into social media and video, and it's all about storytelling. So if you have a story and a message that you'd like to get out to a very targeted yet broad audience online, reaching the LGBT community, give us a call or reach us at www.pinkmedia.lgbt. Thanks.
The LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert is the only Coachella Valley organization dedicated to meeting the diverse needs of all LGBTQ plus individuals. From our Palm Springs McDonald Wright Building to the Center Coachella, the Scott Hines Behavioral Health Clinic, and the Community Food Bank, our mission comes to life by making meaningful connections to resources and to community that contribute to LGBTQ plus people's health and happiness. For more information, visit thecentercv.org.
And we're back. And if you've tuned in late in the show, I premiered the commercial for my new media partner, the Palm Springs Post, at the top of the show. And if you're one of the many people watching live, if you have a question or comment for my guest today, you can post them in your social media, and I can curate those comments into the screen. We're going to be talking now about really important happenings with Pride, including the upcoming inaugural Pride Equality Walk and the Flagpole project. And both of those are prominently linked from the homepage at pspride.org. So Ron, you pointed out to me in the private chat at the top of the show, I referred to you and I as white gay men, and you clarified for me that you are Mexican. Do you see a distinction between white and Mexican? And if so, what is it? Because I would love to learn. Of course, there's cultural heritage, but I was referring to the way that we might appear to others and therefore the privilege that goes along with that.
Sure, and that's how many people see me. But there are millions and millions of light-skinned Mexicans around the world, and me and my sisters just happen to be 5 of them. But at the end of the day, I'm a Mexican American, and very, very, very proudly to have that heritage, and have been raised in that household and environment.
Well, I didn't mean to rob you of your cultural heritage in my my inaccurate description of you. So thank you for the clarification. I'm always learning. So first up, we have the Flagpole project. Ron, tell us a little bit about the history, the approval, and what is still needed to bring that to fruition. And then I'll let you chime in, Jasmine.
The landmark Flagpole project is something that started back in 2012, and it's taken us a while to get here, but the last few years it started to pick up steam again when the Pride organization brought on an organizing committee to move the idea forward. And it is happening. Construction has begun at the corner of Indian Canyon and Arenas, and we will have a landmark flagpole that will celebrate the art of a symbol that is recognized around the world as a symbol of hope and unity. And that's the Gilbert Baker original designed flag will be honored on this flagpole, along with the original flags designed by Monica Helms, the transgender flag. The leather pride flag was designed by Anthony de Blase, and the bisexual pride flag was designed by Michael Page. These are all the original designs and the original artists and activists that are being honored, and that symbol of the Gilbert Baker flag will be that symbol that says to folks, Palm Springs is a welcoming city. We welcome you, we see you, we recognize you, and we honor Gilbert Baker for designing that original flag that he was asked by Harvey Milk to design back in 1978.
So this project has been approved by the city, but it's being funded and then maintained by Palm Springs Pride. And there is a fundraising campaign going on right now. And when you go to pspride.org and you scroll down to that flag graphic, it will take you to a page where you can donate. Jasmine, what would you like to add to the discussions of the flag?
This is one of the projects, along with the artwork that's being added to Francis Stevens Park that I'm just ecstatic to be a part of. Palm Springs is so unique and diverse, and I love that the Palm Springs Pride organization is really looking to ensure that people feel welcomed and represented when they are either a resident or a visitor coming to town, that that this is a welcoming space for you. So I'm still learning a lot about the organization and what strategic planning they have forward and how I'm going to be able to impact it. But when I was talking to Ron about this particular project, it just made me feel personally welcomed. And I thought I'm excited about the work ahead of us. And I'm proud to be a part of this project at this point.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I'm very excited about the inaugural Pride Equality Walk for many reasons. First of all, it is a significant way of supporting Pride. It's a way for our community to come together. But the parade itself, we're so busy doing so many different things, and it's really hard to kind of, as an individual, absorb it all with a particular focus. But the Pride Equality Walk lets us do just that. Ron, what would you like to say about it?
It's an opportunity for the community to come together, and it's a rally, it's a march, it's a unifying morning of our community with folks that are concerned about tomorrow, that are alarmed at what comes from the administration every day, that carry with them every single day the concerns about how the LGBTQ community is being wiped out, and we're being erased from history. And this equality walk is that opportunity for us to come together, for those who want to walk, bring signs, use it as your moment to raise awareness on the issues that are important to you. But let's come together as a city of Palm Springs and raise that awareness. We've seen some incredible numbers of people attending rallies in the past. number of months, we expect to see a large group of folks come in to participate in this activity, which, as you said, is a key fundraiser to help us get through the funding shortfall. So folks can register and participate for $20. Though they can register teams for your friends, your work group, whatever it may be, and everybody can pitch in and help raise funds for.
You're freezing just a little bit, but while you're frozen, I'm just going to say that inspires me to actually start a team and start promoting it here on the show. Yeah, you froze for a moment, Ron, but that's okay. So yeah, if you go to pspride.org/walk, that's where you can register for the walk. So I promised that I was going to let everyone know, including both of you, the expanded plans for the broadcast of the parade. So last year I did a 3-camera shoot. This year I'm doing a 4-camera shoot. And one of the cameras will be mounted on the 2nd floor of a nearby building with an aerial shot of the parade. And one of the cameras will be a handheld wireless camera where the operator can move right into the middle of the parade and show it coming toward them. And this will be programmed on YouTube weeks before the event, so people around the world can go there and set a reminder, a notification. And I'll put information on the screen right now where people can go to my YouTube channel and engage with it. In the home stretch of the show, I was wondering, is there any news you can break, Ron, about this year's event? Anything in general that you would like to say about Palm Springs Pride 2025?
Well, the Pride Festival is going to be a typical Palm Springs Pride Festival and parade that everyone is grown to appreciate and love in years past. And because of the political climate, because of the political year that we're in, we expect this year's attendance will exceed all hit records of attendance over the 4 days because people want the opportunity to be with others and come out, and it's during events like this that they have the opportunity to feel like they're part of something larger than just themselves. And that worry that they carry on their shoulders every day, they can come together and for one afternoon, one weekend, be with friends and family and just appreciate everyone around us and what we do have in Palm Springs.
Beautifully stated. Jasmine, what would you like to add?
I would like to ditto that.
Really?
I mean, that really does just cover it. It is a time and space where everybody is welcome and you do feel really interconnected with everybody, and it's gonna be a wonderful weekend. So please, everybody, come out and join us.
Well, I so look forward to it. I'm going to let you each have a last word, but before I do that, I just want to tell the audience that this has gone out live on my YouTube channel, my private Facebook page, the Palm Springs Pride public Facebook page, my X account, LinkedIn, and embedded at PromoHomo.TV, and it will have a rebroadcast later today at 7 p.m. on my public Facebook page. They don't call me the Promo Homo for nothing. So with that, I'm going to go to Ron for a final remark, and I'm going to let Jasmine have the last word. Take it away, Ron.
Well, we didn't touch base on the LGBTQ sculpture that is going to be unveiled here in Francis Stevens Park and by mid-October. And exciting news just this week. The construction started on the footprint, the foundation for that sculpture in Francis Stevens Park. So if you go to the park, you'll see the construction fencing up, and that's what's going on behind that construction fencing. Is the foundation is getting ready to be poured, and the sculpture itself is in its final stages in Austin, Texas, and it will make its trek on an 18-wheeler here in the coming weeks to Palm Springs, and we are on schedule and on target to install the Jim Iserman sculpture here in Palm Springs, which will be a one-of-a-kind in the world symbol to honor the LGBTQ community and its impact through the decades here in Palm Springs. So very excited about that. The Pride organization has worked hard on this. The community has come to the table to help raise funds, and we're down to the last tens of thousands of dollars to raise in this $500,000 project. So it's an exciting time in Palm Springs that we're getting two of these significant landmarks that are really going to take the image of Palm Springs and tell such a wonderful story of our community around the world.
So fantastic. So fantastic. And thank you for, there's so many headlines coming out of Pride. I forgot that one. Jasmine, I promised you the last word. What would you like to say to cap off our conversation today?
I would love the opportunity to thank Ron and the rest of the Pride board for giving me this opportunity to continue to serve the city of Palm Springs and greater. I am ecstatic about the opportunity to continue to advocate for equality and diversity in our community and to make sure that we're providing welcoming spaces for all. So I think it's going to be the future, while strained, it's looking bright. I think we're going to do good work, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, thank you both. I'm about to play something after I bid you goodbye. But first, I have a question for each of you. Are you a hopeful sexual?
A hopeful sexual. What's the definition of that?
Of course I am.
I'm actually about to show you the definition of hopeful sexual right now, and you don't have to hang out for it. And then after that, I'll end the show. But I want to thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
I'll see you next time. And this is what a hopeful.
Thank you, and thanks.
My pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, Nicholas, and thanks to Mark for the linking and the partnership and coming together. And the Post has always been a great supporter of Palm Springs Pride, also. So hats off to them.
Well, when they did a profile of me a few years ago, I had complete strangers coming up to me on the street, and that was years ago. And so I knew then the power of the media outlet. So I too am very honored at that partnership. And I'm honored to know both of you and that we're all walking this activist path together. And now we're all going to learn what a hopeful sexual is.
Like a diamond, you alone. You cut my heart like glass, just like that. Like a lion, uncontrolled. Your mark is on my back, just like that. In it for the big grand. Yeah, you play games with my mind, always, all of the time. In it for the big win. Yeah, you own all of my mind, always, all of the time. All the time. Collide with me, come high with me, and I go for you. Divine and free, go ride with me. Yeah, we'll go. Like the firing, lose control. We like to burn out fast. We're hot like that.
Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.
In a safe place, I got room to breathe. Been a long chase, but at last I'm free. These open woods, I knew I could find peace here. Nothing like the city where I got tired of the running, the catching up. I got hungry for the stunning high mountain tops. So I made some plans, some dreams to catch, some promised lands to find my path, see the planet from greater heights. I have found a place out of time and space, far from city lights, up on greater heights. See the blue sky, feel the wind that blows, get the rush in, heaven only knows. I'm all alone, still lying far from lonely, on a journey, on a winding road. Got tired of the running, the catching up. I got hungry for the stunning high mountain tops. So I made some plans, some dreams to catch,